The workshop was dusty. Cobwebs clung to strange metallic contraptions. A hum vibrated in the air. In the center of the room, bathed in an ethereal blue glow, stood the machine, more like a doorway to anywhere, to anywhen. My grandfather's journals lay open on a workbench, pages filled with equations and sketches, warnings scrawled in the margins. Time is a river, not a lake. His words echoed in my mind. Curiosity, always my curse, burned bright. I had to see it, the past, history unfolding before my eyes. I took a breath, the journal's warnings fading into the background. All I had to do was press the button. The world dissolved into a blinding white, a cacophony of sounds, a jumble of sensations, then silence. I stumbled, my senses reeling. Gone was the dusty workshop. In its place, a bustling city street. Cars from another era sped by, their horns blaring a symphony of chaos. The air, thick with the scent of exhaust and something vaguely sweet, caught in my throat. Across the street, a park shimmered green under the summer sun. And there, I saw them, my parents. Young, carefree, their laughter carried on the breeze. This was them before the accident, before the laughter died. A small, worn photograph, a family portrait, forever incomplete. The chance to put things right, to rewrite history. The city bustled around me, oblivious to my presence. The past awaited. The park was an oasis of green in the urban jungle. Laughter echoed from the playground, children chasing pigeons across the grass. My parents sat on a bench, just as in the photo. Their conversation, though a low murmur from my vantage point, was animated, full of life. I approached cautiously, my heart pounding a frantic rhythm against my ribs. The photograph trembled in my hand, a tangible reminder of why I was here. This was my chance to warn them, to change their fate. But as I drew closer, a sense of unease washed over me. My foot snagged on a root and I stumbled, the photo slipping from my grasp. Bending to retrieve it, I froze. Something was wrong. The air grew colder, the laughter of children replaced by an unsettling silence. My parents, their faces pale and drawn, rose from the bench and walked away, their earlier joy replaced by a chilling dread. I reached out, but they were already gone, swallowed by the shifting crowds. Panic welled up in my chest, a suffocating pressure. What had I done? What ripple had my presence created in the fabric of time? This wasn't the past I remembered. The park, once vibrant and alive, now seemed to wither before my eyes. The trees stood bare, their branches skeletal against the darkening sky. I was a ghost, alone in a graveyard of my own making. Struck by a sudden, terrible thought, I fumbled for the photograph. The picture, once a testament to a happy family, now reflected the chilling reality I had created. Just an empty void. The world around me dissolved, the cityscape crumbling like a forgotten memory. I was pulled back into the vortex, the blue light searing my eyes. The hum of the machine intensified, a deafening roar that vibrated through my bones. Time twisted and buckled, spitting me back into the cold reality of my grandfather's workshop. I collapsed onto the dusty floor, gasping for breath, my body trembling with a fear I had never known. The machine sputtered and died, the blue light fading to a dull ember. Silence descended, heavy and absolute. I stumbled out of the workshop, my heart a lead weight in my chest. Just empty streets stretching into an infinite, silent horizon. My grandfather's journals lay open on the floor, the pages flipped to his final entry. "Time is not a river," he wrote, his words scrawled in a shaky hand. "It is a beast, a jealous, unforgiving beast, and those who dare to tamper with its flow will face its wrath." His words, once a warning, now echoed the chilling truth. I had sought to change the past, to rewrite a tragedy. But in doing so, I had unleashed something far worse. I had ripped a hole in the fabric of time, unraveling the threads of existence. The past was gone, lost to my reckless ambition, condemned to wander the wasteland of my own making until the end of time itself.